Well, it's another beautiful morning out here camping nature. Heard some frogs jumping last night. Saw some of them this morning. It's nice and quiet out here now. Heard a couple owls going at it for at least an hour. But other than that, it was nice and quiet. So far, we hadn't had any rain. It called for rain, but didn't have any. But for some reason last night, I went to bed, got in the tent about 7, 8 o'clock. And about 10 o'clock, I heard beep, beep, beep. So I got up, got my shoes all on, come out here, and it was the power inverter beeping because it was below 10 volts. Well, 11 volts is, I do believe, or 10.8 or something like that is when it starts beeping. And I'm like, why? Because when I went to bed 3 hours before that, it was sitting at 49%. And I like, all I got is tablet, cell phone, and a little fan that runs on 5 volts. It should have no problem running all night because we had Starlink running all night, which brought it down to 50%. So something's going on. Then when I got out here, the display here was reading 10 point something. But on the app, it says 49% still available, which makes sense because it was 50 something before I went to bed. And after I got out here, not even a minute and a half at the most, I would say, everything just shut down. All the lights just went out. The beeping quit, everything. And this morning, I plugged in the solar panel because I can't charge the batteries with an external charger connected to it, plug in the wall and charge them that way. So I want to see if the solar would do anything. Slowly get them recharged. Well, I plugged in the solar. The bulb light came on and the monitor of the battery came on. And I looked in the app and lo and behold, it still says 49%. Even though it says 10 volts. So I'm thinking possibly the monitor down there is giving me false information. And the Starlink took out more power than it was indicating that it took out. Or when it says it was fully charged a few days before we even came on the trip, was actually not true. It was discharged to a certain point. But when I put the solar back on it this morning, it gave me access to both of the components, and it's still saying 49%. But the voltage on the battery is going up. So I'm thinking it's just giving me false information, making me think I still had 100 amp hours left, and I didn't. Or it can be, well, they say it can be malfunction of the inverter, but if that's the case, why is it still showing 49% when it was showing 10 volts? So that, if that was not messing up, it should have been down to 0 or very close to it. but it's not. It seems like it got down to 49 and just sitting there. So I'm going to just let it charge for the day and see if it moves above 49%. And I got the app showing and programmed to 200 amp hours. But I don't know. We'll find out. But I can't make my coffee this morning because of it. That sucks. That's okay. It's electronics. It's like any electronics. It'll come and go whenever it decides to. You just have to figure it out, fix it. But we got ways to stay cool. We could use the air conditioning in the car. We charge our phones in the car. So it's not going to stop us. It's just going to make me think a little bit of exactly what can it be. But that's the way it goes. Let's see what it says in the app now. Well, one thing you can rely on is a fire. No electronics involved. Yeah, I'm going to sit here in front of the fire as the system starts to recharge itself. Trying to figure out what's going on with it and have a nice little beverage this morning since I can't have my coffee. And I'm going to take screenshots like every 15-30 minutes that you can see here, and you see the process of it recharging. And keep an eye on that state of charge. It says 49%. That's what caught my eye when it was 10 volts and it still said 49%. And also the amp hours that's being used was like 101 when it was down to 10%. Now I said maybe I set in the app that I only got 100 amp, but I looked in it, it's set to 2, but still the same. Something's not right. We'll see. Sit here and watch the fire and take screenshots and enjoy the nice, relaxing day until that sun comes over that tree. Then it's going to be nice and hot sitting here. When I get off this trip and get back to the house, I'm going to take the plug-in charger and plug it in and charge the batteries to the point where the battery monitoring system that's built into the batteries actually disconnect it because it won't let it overcharge. Let it get to the point where it will disconnect itself, and then let it settle. Take the charger off, let it settle for an hour at least. And then when it settles, reset the app to 100% and just go from there, because right now it's charging. The percent is going up, but I don't see the amp hours that's being used is changing. I don't know why it just went dead and it said 49%. As you see, it's set to 200, and that's what I got. 2 100 amp hour batteries in there. I don't know what happened. But I'm just going to charge it all back up. Then when I get back to the studio, I'm just going to charge it to the max and let it disconnect, and then let it settle for an hour, and just be sure the app is set where it should be, which I checked and everything looks fine. But it's been running with this same credentials set up in the app from day one, and for this to happen, I don't know what it could be. I have no idea. It might be one of them things that I charge it completely and don't change the app anywhere, and it just works like it's supposed to. Just had a glitch at it. I don't know. We'll see. Well, since it is charging and my phone needs to be charged, I think I'm just going to plug things back in and put a stress on the batteries and see if it acts up then. See if it's the batteries. I don't know, but I'm going to put a stress on it. A little stress, not really major, but ten, 11, 11.8, 0.9, 12, 12 point, it's like 12.2 at 114 volts, 115. I'm just going to plug in my phone, charge it, turn the fan back on, just see what results. The worst thing to do is die. Well, let me get these things turned on, and then I'll look and see what it's actually pulling. The sun should be putting pretty much more than what's actually coming out of it. Let's see. Well, the last full day that we are here, having a little lunch, plain old hot dogs, kinds that's got the cheese in it, a little bit of mustard, mayonnaise, and ketchup, plain and simple. Well, at the RV, ordered a pizza, waiting for it to get here. It says estimated time 5:44. Well, it's 5:47. So they're a little behind. So we're just going to stand out here and wait until they get here. And no telling how long we're going to stay here beyond tonight. Probably a little bit further, longer, because get back doing some installs and stuff. The office and all the equipment is here in Sneeze Ferry, so might as well just stay here for a little bit. Here at the RV, and I'm going to take the cord out in case it wants to rain tonight. Let's see. Be sure the water is completely on. Hey, birdie. Soon I'll be getting back working on the RV. I got a lot to do. Got to take this window out, and I got to take that little window out and reseal it. And then I got to the board that goes from here across of the opening has to be replaced, and that's got to be done from the inside. That's going to be fun. It's bowing just a little bit, so I'm going to replace it. I got to get a new seal for that window. Eventually I'm going to take it out, and then I got to work on that slide out. And pretty much that's almost everything. I got another leak that I had before I fixed the leak. I just hadn't done all the repairs within the wall, which is right behind the shower, which is, if you look at the wall, you see where it buckled out right there. And you see this is nice and solid as can be, but when I get right here, it's a little soft. Not much at all, but it needs some attention. But that gives me something to do during the winter time. And I got to take that one out and finish that bedroom there. That's why you see it bulging out at the bottom right there. That's because the wall studs need to be replaced. I got to jack that window up, put a frame, so that will actually, that part right there will get stretched back out and actually be flat. But all the leaks I found was actually the seal. All the way around is where all the leaks were. Since I sealed the top with a double layer roll-on and put tape all the way around, nothing else is getting wet. It's just got to do the repairs now. But that gives me something to do this winter when I'm not doing the internet stuff. But let's see what kind of power that I'm sitting at on the solar in here. Still haven't figured out why that it just went to 10 volts. As soon as I get back to the house sometime, because I'll be staying at the RV for a while, so I don't have to have the little kittens all up in the car every morning. I have to persuade them to come out with some food. Then I can leave maybe before noon. Here I can just get up 7 o'clock and go to the office, which is about 8-minute drive, if that long, and get what I need to go do install and come back here and keep doing it until all of them are done. I only got about 4 or 5 to do. So after I get them done, and then I'll be working on one of the RV parks that I'm putting fiber in. But let's see what power we have. But for now, I'm going to get back in there and watch me some TV. I can sit back and relax the rest of my time. Got tonight and I got all day tomorrow to relax and then get back at it and get them last few done. And still got an RV in here. Actually 2 of them. One of them is going to be easy to do because I can see the AP. But I got one down here that the RV is like in right across behind here, but I can't see the AP from there, so I'm going to have to run the wire down behind that RV, over behind the RV next to them, then come up between them two and put a CPE to get that one actually connected. I hate burying wires in here because they don't want me to, but I got the fiber, he okayed it, so I'm going to have to run a wire there or they just not going to be able to get internet from me. So I got to get that one done. And a few other ones I got to go, I think I got to go back to the lake. No, not to the lake, but the one in Regalwood, because I got to put up posts and then take the 10-foot poles and put them on there to get them up higher. And that's probably the first ones I do to get the furthest one away before I come back here and do them all in this area. So probably Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever I decide to, sometime this week when my vacation time is up. And go do them, and have to go to Home Depot to get the post, and then go up there and put them in the ground, and relocate the 10-foot poles with a CPE on them. And then probably that would take all day. Just the driving time is 3 hours just to go there and just turn around and come right back. It's 3 hours by itself, not including the what I got to do when I get there. So that's it for today. I'm going to go in and sit back and relax, and I will see you in the next video.